Okay. Okay. Oops. I kind of forgot to prepare. Just do this. So yeah. I mean, I know I make the same videos like all the time, pretty much. Oh gosh, where do I put this? I'll just put it here, I guess. Oh. Oops, right there. That's my skateboard. That's the Claymore thing you saw from before. So I was gonna say something, but I didn't really think of what to say. I'm really tired. Probably gonna fail this math class, but it's okay. Not that like worried, I think. I'm trying to finish the Wheel of Time. Fucking tired. I did buy all of D. Gray Man. I even pre-ordered the newest volume. I think which has all the latest chapters. There might be 1 or 2 chapters afterwards, but I don't know. It was I guess my opinion on it. Well, because this is like the first book I ever got, and it was just really flipping cool. Like I just really liked the cover, so I think I like asked my mom or my grandma. I don't know why we were in a Barnes and Noble, but it was a long time ago. Like I think right when it released, so I was like maybe 8 or so, somewhere like that. But yeah, so I bought all of it, and then I was like, because it's in my top 10, which I'll mention pretty soon. But yeah, it's in my top 10. I mean, I don't really have any complaints on it. I thought it was pretty good. Like actually like really good. I think there's some things about it that are just not amazing. Like I feel like if this was like a seinen or something, whatever they call that, it would be a little cooler, but or like the story would feel a little bit heavier, but then I think there wouldn't be as much comedy, which I kind of like the lighter moments in it. And there's just some elements, I think like the pacing is a little quick, but like, I don't know how you say that when it's 27 fucking volumes. And I think Claymore's pacing, for example, like I read all of Claymore, right? Like recently, I binged it in like 3 days. And then I binged D. Gray Man in like 2 days. But like they have not roughly, they're like the same amount of volumes, right? But I feel like there's so much, like I think you could slow down a bit in this story compared to Claymore, which I think gave all the backstories and things really smoothly and effectively. And I think, I mean, they didn't have as, does Claymore really have as, I think there's more characters in D. Gray Man, but they're not as important. Some of them are not as important. So I don't know. It's like a take what you can out of it. I think that's the only downside to it. I feel like it's a little fast, especially like I don't know around these areas of the story. Like right when that like Hitler dude is introduced, and then the 4-1, and then when they go to the Ark and battle the Noah, and characters die, and then like the one where Alma dies, and like I don't know, I just feel like if you're gonna kill him, just kill him, because I don't even know how they come back. Like I don't know how they do it. Like what did he just do? Like press a button and he just like teleports back to, it's not really explained, and it's probably explained in a small note, but I wish it was just explained in like the text, or like I got to see him like, I don't know, go through it. I feel like there's so many things that are done off screen, or off page. I don't know what you would call it, but like they're not in the book. So like when you see characters talking about how this person's dying, I'm like, I didn't even know that guy had a name until he just got killed. So yeah, I don't feel as much emotional attachment to it. And some people I've seen some reviews online. They're like the characters are awesome, and I'm like, what is her name? Like Lena Lee or whatever. Lena Lee? I don't know. the Lily lady or girl, I don't know. Her character is really cool until she busts up. I mean, her character gets kind of annoying in some areas, but her character like gets really cool once she like busts up her legs, like destroys them or whatever. But then after that, she's kind of like useless, and I just don't get why she's just. And then she cries just so much. I feel like she cries more than Sakura. Like I don't know how I'm supposed to handle that. Does Sakura cry? I don't know. I haven't like read the manga for Naruto, and really not feeling like watching Naruto like say he's gonna throw a ball of whatever thing for like 5 episodes straight. I'm not saying that's it, but it's probably what it is. I mean that's just yeah. But but other than D Gray Man, which is pretty good. There's technically only a few more series. This is kind of what I wanted to mention. There's like only a few more series that are like in my top 9-ish. Cause I don't have a 10. I don't have a top 10. I only have a top 9. Which is, I don't know, weird, but whatever. I already finished Ranma, so that's pretty good. I don't care that I've mentioned that I don't care about the volume. Like for a story like this, I don't care too much if the volumes aren't in great condition. Don't matter to me as long as I can read it. And then Man I Got is all really cool. Some of these volumes are pretty hard to get, but I got this pretty easily. I don't remember how, but I did. And then Jing, King of Bandits. I even got the Twilight Tales, so that's complete. So that's already 3 down. And then pup, you can't do that. My pup's on his like belly up, and he's like attacking me with his paws. Cielo's been very aggressive today. I know. I'll play with you later. I have to be like studying and shit, so I don't really have the energy or time to help him out. But anyway, these don't matter. Yeah, but no. I mean, I've already mentioned this one too. The Kyokara Orewa whatever thing. It's done by the same. That's why I put these volumes. Oh, oops. These volumes here and with these ones because it's done by the same author. You may have noticed I reorganized everything, and then I got BM Nectar. So that's like what is that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What? 4, 5, and then there's Slam Dunk, which I just need to get 6, and then like what? There's 31 more volumes or something like that. Yeah, 31 I think, so 21 more, or I guess, I don't know. And then actually I found out recently that Hunter x Hunter is not canceled, apparently. I don't know why so many people clickbaited me and just told me that they're canceled. It's not, it's just archived apparently, and the chapters may come out whenever, so I don't know. He may die before this is finished, like, you know. But, at least, I feel like there's at least, I don't know. I don't feel like he's being as stubborn as before. Maybe they really just told him off. Like, I don't know. At least from the story I heard, he likes to do everything himself. So, that's why I get kind of frustrated. But apparently, I don't know. I don't know his process of things, so I shouldn't judge too much. But yeah, so I'll probably start doing that. I like Yu Yu Hakusho a little bit more than Hunter x Hunter, all honesty. Some people complain a lot because there's a lot of text. I agree. I think there's a bit too much exposition. All honesty, I think Hunter x Hunter would just be a better novel than a manga. Like, the art is really good, but I feel like if you just focus on having really good art every, like, chapter or so, it would be, like, a way better, like, novel series than it would be a manga. I just don't think it fits. I feel like the way Togashi writes, I just don't think it works with the medium as well as some other authors, because I mean, he writes a shit ton. Like, I mean, I'm not hating on it, and it is interesting sometimes, like when characters just ramble on and monologue and stuff, but like but I mean, this is a very dry example and doesn't really compute with stuff, but like, and you can say it's like the font or whatever that makes it seem longer, but God, doing it on hand is really tough. But So like this is like every page. Every page is like this, pretty much. And then some of them get really bad. I think like later on, like there's I think the most latest chapter or second to latest chapter, so like 399, chapter 399. There's like this one page where, like, I swear to God, it's literally just all text, and I'm just thinking, wait a minute, what the fuck? There's not even a single picture on here. Okay, I really can't do this one here very well, but like, you get this. This is pretty much it on every single one. And I guess some people complain about it. I think it's interesting sometimes, but it really messes with the pacing, I think. It kind of has like a Brandon Sanderson energy to it. Not the same type of feeling, but kind of in that realm of doesn't know how else to do it, but if he did do it, like if he wanted Hunter x Hunter to work in a manga format, like I think it would take too long. Like once Nen is introduced and like I mean right after where the anime ends, or even in the Chimera Ant arc, even though that's really good, but it's just like how would I explain? It would just take longer. The story would just take longer. And that's like, you know, take it or leave it. I've never seen a manga that's had this much narration in it, or this much where characters monologue to themselves. There's a few instances where characters will monologue in every story pretty much, but I've like the analysis of some characters in Hunter x Hunter is on a different level. Oh no, my pup's upset. Let's go check it out. Pup. Cielo! Stop. Cielo, what are you barking at, man? That's just an old couple. Why are you being rude, man? Why? They are just nice old people. Just walking. Chill out. Good God. I should say elderly, huh? Elderly. Not just like some random most old people, apparently. Yeah, I know, I kind of dragged on with the Hunter x Hunter one, but, yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion. I think Slam Dunk is pretty much perfect when it comes to basketball. Like, Real is good too, but it's more of a character thing. And then Vagabond, I think, has the perfect ending already. So, even though it's not like an official, I mean, it's kind of an official ending, but yeah, I don't think he's ever gonna finish it because I think he's just done with it. Which is kind of a weird state with manga, because like, if you just feel like not writing it anymore, it's just like, you can read the story, but you can't, like, if you can't see the ending, it's really weird. Super bizarre. Compared to novels, which are already like, I don't know. It is what it is. Okay, yeah. So I was gonna mention, fuck. Yeah, okay, so, I'm trying to collect Magi. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it. It's like minimum $500 to get the whole set in English, at least. Trying to stay strong and not just like buy it in Japanese, because I kind of just want to like read it easily, and Japanese is hard. I don't know if I can be heard, but yeah, that's about it. Okay, I'm just dragging it. So yeah, it's Magi, and then Magi, the delinquent one, BM Nectar, so it's like 3, and then 4, and then D Grayman, and then Jinx, so that's like what? 4, 5, 6, 7? I'm missing one. 7? No, 1, 2. So like 1, 2, where is it? 3, 4, yeah. 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Oh, I'm missing Koko no Hito, I think is what it's called, or like the Climber. That one's in my top 10, top 9. I don't really have like a 10th spot, because I feel like any of these stories can kind of replace the 10, like, I don't really think, like, Black Cat, Angel Sanctuary, or any of these things, or even Demon Slayer is, like, good enough. I don't even think JoJo's is good enough. I mean, I like it for what it is, and I ignore all its flaws, but if I had to objectively say how good it is, it's not as good as most other mangas. So the art's good. There's some interesting, bizarre shit in it, but just because it's weird doesn't mean it's good. So I don't know why it's always a thought process with some people. It's artistic. I don't know. It's different, which I think is a stupid way of thinking of it. It's kind of shallow, but I kind of just turn my brain off for that type of stuff. Part 7 and 8 are actually pretty good. I like those. Part 6 I know is like kind of well, I don't know, subjective, I guess. Some people like it, some people hate it. I think it's fine, all honesty. It used to be my number one before 8 came out. And the current one, I'm not a huge fan of, all honesty. I don't really like the most recent part 9. I don't really like it. But hey, I'll try to stay positive. It may get really good later on. But like there isn't really any other series I'm thinking of. Like there's probably ones that I don't own that I could put on here, like Himizu or or any other thing, I guess. I don't know what else would be on here. So that's why I'm pretty much saying, like, after a couple more books, like if I get Magi, The Climber, and finish up Slam Dunk, I think I'm just gonna be like, I'll buy whatever I feel like retail wise, like if something comes out and it looks cool, or if I go to a Barnes and Noble, I'll buy it. But I'll stop collecting manga after that. For one, I don't have any room. Like we don't got any more shelves. Okay, there ain't no more space in this house. Like it's just too many. It's getting ridiculous. All honesty. Even I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, and I'm not some like rich YouTuber who can just post shit all this time, so can't really do much about it. But chicken feet. God, what else? I was gonna say something earlier, but I cannot remember. Hump Up. What do you think? Oh, I think I got some more doodles on the wall. But yeah, I'll probably stop. I will though finish more of my novels though, and I think I'll probably talk about those. I want to finish. At least I want to finish The Eye of the World for now. That's kind of the plan. I'll probably go through the Nishio Ishin stuff because, I mean, that's like super easy. I mean, they're not very long or anything. I don't need to look up Vampire Hunter D because, I mean, it's fine. I can read it any day. And then 1Q84 I'll probably finish, and then I've read all of the Osamu Dazai type of stuff, so I don't really need that anymore. And the Brandon Sanderson stuff, God, I don't know if it's like just the contrarian in me, but I just don't like his stuff. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. And I've heard mixed feelings on like the 4th book in the, oh gosh, what is it called? Stormlight Archive. So I just don't know how comfortable I feel like continuing this really, because it's like supposed to be like a 10-book series, which, I mean, it's whatever. I plan on, like, if I was writing a series, I would go 39 to 40 books. Like, as a joke. Not a joke, but, like, I feel like that's the good amount. Like, I feel like you can just get a lot done with that. Unless you're, like, really dry on ideas, then you may have a tough time. But my solution to that is just make more characters, because characters make plot, and plot makes setting, and setting makes characters. So it's like, it's a good full circle. You just gotta keep doing that, and you can literally have a story that never ends, if you felt like it. It'd be really painful, because everybody would be like, holy shit, it's like the 100th book. I don't know how much money I can keep spending, or how many books I can keep reading. Example. One Piece. No, I'm just playing. One Piece is actually finishing soon, I think. By the way, I double stacked because, in a way you could say I kind of triple stacked it. Because, I bought The Gray Man. So, yeah, that It's a tough one. But actually, I'll probably, let's just go through them because I kind of gave like a mini review for everything. I kind of already talked about JoJo's, but part 1 is pretty alright. Part 2 is pretty good. Part 3 is, I mean, you take it or leave it, you know? If you like that stuff, that's good. I think it's interesting every once in a while. I think the ending ones are good. I think I think the middle is just really dry. Like, it's kind of eh. And there's some, I don't know. I don't know why Araki likes to make like weird battles all the time. Like some of them are just I feel so unnecessary or don't evolve the characters or don't do anything especially new. I think he just wants to write about it, which is fine, but I feel like you could put more effort in just to make it integral to the plot in some way. But hey, I'm not him. I don't know his genius. And then Diamond is Unbreakable. Is that what or I think that's what part 4 is called. Diamond is Unbreakable, something like that. Or yeah. And part 5 is not really my favorite. I could get a lot of hate for that, but I don't like it that much. I don't think it's that cool or anything. So part 4 is probably like my 3rd favorite, maybe somewhere around there. And then Ranma's really good. I haven't finished it though. I've only ever read up to just move the Beyblade. I think around volume 22 or volume 23 to 24, somewhere around there. I remember I think I finished that part. So I haven't read the rest. I mean, it's kind of repetitive in some areas, but that's just kind of this lady's style, I guess. I know her other works are pretty good. Inuyasha is pretty solid. Like, I mean, you really can't go wrong with this one. I don't see many people give it hate. I guess they only give it hate if, like, you tell them it's the best manga ever, which it's not, but it's very solid. Like, I would recommend it to anybody. I think it's really interesting, unless the genre itself bothers you. If you don't like romance or, like, historical settings, I guess you could say, then maybe you won't like it. I don't know. That might not be a thing. And then Mare's really good. Mare's like super solid for some reason. Like this shit reminds me exactly on the same feeling I had when I bought D Gray Man when I was like younger. Like I don't know what it is, but like it gives me that like I would read this if I was like 10. Like this shit was good. Mixum I've read it online, but there's a reason why nobody translated this as English. No offense to that one, and then Flame of Recca is really solid too, but it kind of has oh gosh, what would I call it? I don't know. It kind of has like a little flatness to it, and maybe that's why it didn't really go anywhere. And then Jing King of Bandits is pretty solid. Actually, it's pretty much amazing. All honesty, it's like really impressive. I really have no complaints. I like this series. It's so good. I like the growth of like art and just I don't know, the stories are just really interesting and like I feel like they do the weirdness that like JoJo's has and stuff, but like implements it in a way that just feels more comfortable. I get that JoJo's like trying to be more like in the real world setting, right? So it's not necessarily like it's not the same as this, you know. But hey, setting really depends on things and whatever. I'm not a bloody literature major. But yeah, that's Buddha. I have not read that. Blackjack is my favorite Osamu Tezuka work. I really like Blackjack. I don't think people like Blackjack as much. I think it's really good. Even though I've only read like, gosh, maybe up to volume 4. I like it. I like it a lot. Apollo's Song. I have not read too much of it. It's okay. I'm not gonna bother. I'm too unenergized to be trying to pronounce shit. Recently, I feel like I can't read as well for some reason. I feel like I just can't pronounce shit right. I feel really uncomfortable about that, but it's whatever. And then this ode, I don't remember reading this, but they're all really big, by the way, too. So it's pretty cool. And then I think the Crater is just like anthologies that like mix together kind of thing. I don't know, the Crater's pretty good. Like, I don't know, if you want some of that like old school horror type shit, I think it's pretty solid. Like the imagery won't scare the shit out of you, but it's just a fun read. And this is really cool too. I don't know what this is. Well, I know what it is, but like I don't know where you would get this. Like I don't know where they sell this from, and I've never seen the publication SPP. So I don't know. I don't know how you would get it. Maybe it's really cheap online. I'm not sure. Didn't really look it up, but it's really interesting actually. It tells the story of Osamu Tezuka and like the comic form and the same art style, and I think it's actually just really dope. So if you're like really interested in old stuff and kind of like how this medium was created at least, or like the perception of the medium, because in Japan it just means comic, so but you get my point. Like this the specific style of how it evolved and stuff, and who started it was that's it's pretty interesting if you're into that type of thing. And then Get Backers, I really like Get Backers actually, and I think the plot and stuff is really cool. I think there's a lot of really impressive elements to it. Sucks that like I can't really buy all the volumes at the moment. But it's actually a really good series. So I think if you got like the time to read it, then yeah, go ahead. It's kind of long actually. I think it's like really long. Not as long as like anything else, but I think it's roughly, gosh, I don't know. I don't want to like say some random number and that's completely wrong, but it's probably around like, I mean, it's at least 20 something volumes. Um, so it might be a little more. I don't think it's more. I kind of want to look it up now. Shit. DNA, DN Angel or whatever. I actually remember just like I couldn't. There's like no translation for the final books, and so I just looked up because I don't know. This series is really weird. Something like happened, and I'm talking about like how it was, like how it was made. I guess. So like I think there was like a pause or something. So the first part of the story kind of like ended somewhere, and then I guess it got picked back up in like 20 something, something part of the 2010s. Um, and so they finished it with a bit of a different art style, but it's kind of the same thing. And then so I just read the last chapter for shits and giggles. I didn't really understand anything that was happening, but I can just tell that, hey, people who like this will probably like this. So, hey, go ahead if you like that type of stuff. Demon Slayer is just average. I would recommend just watching the anime, all honesty. I'm not really an anime guy nowadays, even though I have a shit ton of DVDs. Ironic. But, I mean, I don't want to be rude, but like the art style isn't that amazing, and I feel like anime really amplifies a lot of those aspects. There's certain other interesting things, and like reading helps you kind of slower contextualize things, because some people don't like watch anime or right, or like watch television right. I don't know if there's a right way to watch things, but I mean, you can either turn off your brain and enjoy it, or like you can pay attention to the small details. And I find it annoying, but it's whatever. Just pick one. Don't try to do both. Just stupid. Don't listen to me. It's a bad idea. Um, Blue Giant. Blue Giant's pretty cool, but I read the first. Yeah, well, it's the first two volumes, I guess, because it's like a 2-in-1. It was fine. It was like okay. It reminded me of that like Afro boxing manga, where the guy wanted to be a rock star, but then like his sister dies, and so he has to take care of her her kid, whatever. Yeah, so that one's pretty good. It's kind of similar energy, I think. I don't know, which is I haven't paid attention to. BTX is just a lesser version of Saint Seiya, so I recommend just reading Saint Seiya instead. That shit's badass. But Red River, I have no idea, but if you're like female, you may enjoy it. Same with Angel Sanctuary. That shit's shoujo. It literally says it right there. On both of them. It's literally for girls. Well, the demographic is for girls. Guys can read it too. I mean, shit, I own this stuff. So, yeah, but I've only read a bit of Angel Sanctuary, actually. And I know I never talked about it before, but like, or not a lot anyways, but I remember watching Angel Sanctuary when I was like the OVA thing when I was like 12, and man, that was something else. I gotta say, it was something else. Yeah. So I have a pretty bad perception of this series, but I really like the cover. Like, I don't know. Some shoujo artists just really be like going at it. I don't know. Some of this stuff is kind of cool. Like they just got some detailed shit sometimes. Gotta put the phone down. It's kind of tough to put this back. Go with my autistic ass. Okay, but I think it's this one. Oh yeah, this one I liked a lot more. But this one was really cool. I didn't read this one, by the way. I'm just saying the covers look really nice. But like all of them look really nice. I don't feel like they really make cool covers like this anymore. I think I would say My Hero has like some cool ones, like that one with like the purple one with like the hand guy. That one's pretty cool. I remember seeing that a lot. I think what's his name? Endeavor. That one's pretty cool. There's just a few that kind of just look a little lacking though. Like even Black Cat got a couple lacking ones. Like I don't know, some of these are just pretty boring and generic. I know it's just what I'm supposed to say to that, but Black Cat's actually really good. I think if you kind of like Get Backers, it kind of has a similar vibe to that too, and or if you, well, I mean, if you like To Love Ru or whatever, then maybe, well, you'll like this because it's done by the same author. But I think if you like Mare stuff, I think this would be pretty good. Oh, it's a fun read. Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I like the ending to like the anime, like the song. I think the cats are really cute. I always get that recommended in my feed, so it's just kind of dope. The World Is Mine. So I've read this one actually. It's pretty hideous. If like depends on your, opinion of things, but like I don't know. I saw this cover and I was like, oh shit, this is kind of cool looking. And I just had like this energy to it, like, yeah, this would be a really cool read. And so I picked it up and I read it, not in Japanese obviously, but I looked it up online and read it. I mean, I don't know what to say to this one, but you're gonna either love it or hate it, I guess. I'm a bit mixed on it. Like I fucking hate the ending, but at the same time, the story is so weird that it's just like okay. Yeah. So I don't know. It's something else. DNA is 2 squared. DNA squared. That one's really good. I like that one. It's like only 5 volumes, anyways. So or like in the anime, it's like only 10 episodes, maybe. I don't even think it's that many. So that's really fun. And then fuck, I don't remember what this one's called, and I can't read Japanese, so let's just give up on this one. If it was in hiragana or katakana, maybe I could read it, but it's not, and I don't recognize any of those symbols. Okay, well that's fine. It's whatever. I don't remember what it's called, but this one's really funny. Like I remember reading like when it first got released on like translation. I remember reading the first few, and man, I just found it really entertaining, even though the art style was ugly as hell. Like in a kind of charming and really cool way. And then later on, the battles are really dope actually. The story does get kind of out of hand, like around here, and then especially when I think, does he get his mask broken off in volume 6? He must, because I think it's the last few chapters or whatever. Oh yeah. So he gets it broken off like in the last few chapters. But yeah, like I don't know. It's something else. It's really wacky, but yeah, I don't know. It's cool, kind of. The author has done some other stuff that are, I don't know. Those other stories are really weird too. And then these are just the light novel things, and I've talked about sci-fi here, whatever. Oh yeah, I think everybody should read this one. Yeah, it's really funny. I like it. Like shit, I think I've read this thing like 5 times. I find it really hilarious for some reason. BM Nectar is also really good. I feel like it's super underrated. I feel like it should have gotten like a translation. It's just so dope. I skipped Cheeky Angel because I don't read that one, or I haven't read it. But I think BM Nectar, or what is it, like Biomeat Nectar or something like that. I don't know if that's like the actual name, but that's what I've seen online. Yeah, but this one's just really good. I don't know, I just really like it, and it's like impressive for 4 like not very large volumes. Or did I say 4? 12. I meant 12. It's just, gosh, I keep going up. But no, I don't know. I just really like it. It's really good. Like I don't see other apocalypse or like dystopian or like infestation type stories, at least in manga, that are kind of as good as this. That one about like man eating plants and then like the Eden one are pretty good, I think. But they don't really got the charm that this one has. This one has a lot of charm to it. I really like that. This one's really cool too. There's a sequel series. It's kind of fucked up. No, actually, it's not kinda. It's like really fucked up. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this shit. Like, it's kind of messed up. Yeah, I got fat asses and then all that shit. It's super dang. When does the monsters come out? Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, that's just crazy. It gets way worse in some of the later parts too. Like, some of them are just really gross. But hey, I've never read this one, and it also doesn't have any English translation. At least any I could find that were kind of good. It astounded me. I don't know how I can. It's not even on Mal or anything. Like I tried looking up on every website. It's on like one Japanese website and one like manga Japanese website, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this series? Who is this guy? Like when was this made? And it's like Shonen Sunday comic special. So that's like I don't know what this is. Like it's like a separate publication thing. It's like side Shonen, you know. I know there's so many Shonen something, Shonen Sunday, Shonen Monthly, I think. Shonen for like kids, I think there's also one for that. And then there's Shonen Jump, and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, and I need like the fourth volume. Yeah, I need to buy the fourth volume because it's not complete. I'm missing the fourth. It's really bizarre. I can't find much information on it. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know. But then there's Slam Dunk, which is the best sports manga of all time. It really is. Like, I guess if you want to call The Climber or Koku no Hito or something a sports manga, then maybe that wins. But I feel like it's more of like a life drama type of thing, or like it's more of a human stuff. And this is really just about basketball and like. I mean, yeah, that's about it. It's just really about basketball. There's some other elements to it, but overall, it's really just basketball, which is really cool. And then Zatch is really good. I think most people would appreciate this series. I mean, it's kind of a classic, I think, to at least most people who are like in that type of circle area, like the battle royale stories, like La Ueki or something. And what's the other one? What's the other one called? Shaman King, and like fuck. There's some other like I think there's a fourth like kind of I wouldn't call it kid friendly, but like battle royale story where like they just got that like one villain that's completely related to you, to the main character, and then it's like I don't know. I think there is another one, but I can't remember if there really is one. Like where it's like a tournament where they get like one superpower thingy and they all like battle each other so they can become like king or god or something. This one's like I guess I'm not saying like Mirai Nikki or whatever you call that shit. I don't know. That one definitely doesn't count. Like what is it? Fuck, like Future Diary thing. That I'll just say the English name because I don't want to bother with the other stuff. I don't really count that one because that's not child friendly. In any sort of way. Maybe really it's just those three. At least it's those three that are the most popular from what I remember. I think Zatch I don't even think Shaman King is as long as Zatch I think this one's really it's really long actually. I didn't even notice how long the series was. Cause like I read to the midpoint and I thought that was like the end of the story, and then for some reason it just kept going. So yeah. Soul Eater's pretty good. I hate Fire Force. I think it's the worst thing ever. It is not good. The art style is really cool, but it's not good. Soul Eater is really solid. There's not too many bad things about it, and all the characters are really cool. But yeah, but Fire Force is shit. Like, it's fucking bad. Anybody that says they like it, I mean, you're wrong. It's not good in any way. I don't like it at all. Oh god, it just gives me like an aneurysm shit. I already talked about D. Gray Man. It's my favorite. It's the first book I've ever bought. I say I bought, but really like my grandma and mom bought it. But I picked it out, okay? I was at the store. I remember, kind of. I'm like slightly autistic, so some of that shit I don't remember doing at all. And like I make weird decisions, so. But I just remember seeing this and I was like, oh, that's so cool, or something. At least the first time I saw it. You know, maybe it's completely wrong, but I don't think there's anybody on this bloody planet who would, unless you do like a lot of research, maybe you could find something about me getting that book. But generally speaking, I don't think there's anybody who remembers how I got it. So I'm just gonna go with that story, because I do remember going to a Barnes and Noble, right, when I was younger. I remember going to a Barnes and Noble, and I remember seeing Blood Lad on the shelf, like all the volumes of Blood Lad, and then like shoot, what's the other one? Oh, it's down here, huh? And then like those Persona books, and I remember buying those and like reading both Blood Lad and those Persona books, and I really liked those. And that was like in elementary school. I don't remember exactly when that was, but yeah, I liked those too. I think it was like I bought those two after like the D. Gray Man thing, and I remember getting like those Naruto volumes, to see those down there, as well around that time, and I think that's like all I really had. Yeah, I think that was like about all I had. I didn't have anything else. And then I think I also got Witchbuster too. I remember buying that at like the larger Barnes and Noble or something like that. I do remember that one. And I also remember how I bought One Piece. Yeah, I remember buying One Piece. And I remember I remember buying these two too, because I think I bought these two exactly at the time I bought the Naruto ones. And I remember buying the Japanese volume too. I went online and I don't remember how I found it, but like I just looked up like One Piece, I guess, and then I found this, and I was like, whoa, that looks like it's hella something, and it was like cheap as hell too. It was like really cheap. It was, I think, less than like $5 or something. Ah, God, I can't put it back in there. But when it came in, I didn't even realize, but it's in Japanese. So that's like my first Japanese book ever. And so, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of other ones, but after a while I just started collecting. Now I don't remember the order I got them all in, but yeah. I think that Shaman King tent, like some of my unlisted, my listed videos or whatever, or unlisted, I don't remember which terminology I'm supposed to use. Oh, that's some different stuff, okay. I think they're old enough to remember which ones I had like in the beginning, like this tiny shelf. I didn't even have this big shelf yet, and I barely had enough to fill up like 2 of these rows at most. So yeah, man, it's been, God, I've lived I mean, I say I lived a long life, but like, shit, I've done a lot in like the last 5-6 years of my existence, and I'm just, yeah, it's impressive that I did it, but hey, you know, I'm still kind of going strong at it. I'm not really going to talk about those ones on that side of the shelf, primarily because I don't really have a lot of them, or actually, maybe I should say there's a lot of miscellaneous stuff, but I'll be blunt when I say Gantz is really good, but if you get triggered really easily, don't read it. If you like, oh no, I like Blame, read Blame, and Claymore's good too. And then all the other ones are really cool too. There's some good ones, and then there's some like whatever stories over there, and then, you know, so like Hunter x Hunter is really good. There's a lot of like, I don't know, I've spoken about it. And then Yu Yu Hakusho is like kind of perfect in its old-fashioned way. Like it's literally it is like that early Dragon Ball energy. It's just like, it's the perfect kind of just shonen story feel. It really has a lot of Flame of Recca energy to it too. Like those types of stories. I don't think like Naruto, Bleach, or even One Piece really captured that type of feeling. uh it's just different, I think, to those ones for some reason. There's just like and it's kind of similar to D Gray Man. It's not exactly the same type of feeling, but there's something just like about it that I don't know, it just feels different in a weird way. I can't really explain how that is, but it just kind of is. That something about it is just different than the rest, I guess, about those ones. um so yeah, like I don't know, stories like this are really cool. I just like that good classic stuff. It feels humbling, you know. But reading it over and over again does get kind of boring. So I don't want to read those types of stories too many times. So gotta wash my mouth, wash my brain. I don't know how you wash my eyes with like novels, which just make it easier for me to read manga, so I can read them like 10 times faster. Just an efficient way of training my eyeballs and brain, uh, and I still get benefits from all of it, so it's pretty good. And then we got this dude who has like a really awesome art style. He's really good. Uh, Ikaru no Go is really solid. Like I have a Go board. I've played Go. Though granted, I've played it online, and every single time I had to do partners or like in group settings, uh, they were always pissed off at me because I would keep doing stupid shit. So I probably should just learn how to play it properly. Like I should start simple with like puzzles and shit. But I don't know. I just kind of like doing random ass stuff. Um, All You Need Is Kill is pretty good. I remember reading this too. I just bought it like at the store and it was really good. I think I bought it at the same time I bought like Vinland Saga, which Vinland Saga is also really good, and I think it's ending soon, but I don't feel like it's really part of my like interests, I guess. I'm not really a historical fan, and the historical ones I am into, I don't feel are worth buying. Like I like Kingdom and shit, but I'm not buying 60 volumes of Kingdom, you know? Um, but yeah, that's that. And then these two are kind of whatever. I think Summertime Render, is it rendering or just render? I think it's rendering. I mean, it's it's good, but like kind of not good at the same time. I don't know how to explain that. Like, uh, the story's good, but at the same time, it feels kind of like meh towards the end. Like it gets high, and then I just don't know what like happens to it. Not saying the story gets bad. Like it's a good ending and good like climax and all this other cool stuff. But I don't know. There's something about it just feels like different. I think the art does carry it in some areas. I really like the art style, or like just like how everything's drawn and the paneling is really solid. So that helps me out a bit because sometimes they just look ugly as fuck. Not in these, of course, but like other stories. Anyways, oh yeah, Space Battleship Yamato is really good too. That one's cool. It's part of like what, the Leijiverse. I mean, it's bloody dope. I mean, the Leijiverse is pretty solid. It's just super cool. High School of the Dead, if you know, you know. It's just, it is what it is. Clamp, I fucking hate Clamp. I'm not gonna lie, but they have some of the prettiest volumes. Like they're really pretty, and so when I look at them, I'm like, wow, that looks really cool. But then I realize, oh no, I don't like Clamp because, I mean, oh God, does it sound? Is this misogynistic? I don't want to say it's misogynistic, but like, it does feel like it was written by a bunch of women in like a room, and I just sometimes I'm just like, I don't know, this energy to me is just not my thing. But obviously it's not to my demographic, right? So makes sense why I wouldn't like it as much. um but that's not entirely the case. There's other ones that are really good. Like I like Clover. That one was really good too. I wanted to buy the big book, but couldn't afford it that day. And I've heard Tsubasa is actually really good too. But like I've read X and what do you call this? RG Vita or whatever, Veta. I believe this is the first story they ever did, and I think it's probably the best one out of all of them I've read. At least for this first volume, I liked it the most. Uh, at least from what I remember, yeah, I think I liked it the most. So that's that. I don't know if I'll buy more Clamp stuff. I really like the art style, and they got like cool little goodie bags. Like other big manga things don't do that. Like they don't. The other 3-in-1s, like no offense to D Greenman, but these don't have like cool little colored pages in them or like exclusive art or anything. This is it's done by the same people too. Viz, Viz, right there. Like, I don't know, you could have put I don't mind spending an extra $5, okay? I will buy each of those volumes for $20. I'm fine with it. Like, it doesn't change anything, because it's still cheaper than buying them individually anyway. But hey, I'm not trying to, like, be whatever. It's whatever. Let's just enjoy what it is, yeah? And then, what, Tenjo Tenge or something like that? Which is pretty much 80%, you know what, I take that back, maybe about 75%, because I think it does change towards the end of the story, where the beginning is like all flashback, which my whole thing is like, why didn't you just start with that, like, I don't know why I get maybe why they didn't start with it, because you kind of want to, hook them in, I guess, to like the main characters or whatever, but like, one of the side characters turns into the main protagonist and like beats the shit out of the guy that's supposed to be our protagonist, and I'm just like, bro, what is this? Is this like Air Gear or like what is it called? Or yeah, Air Gear or something like that. That story's really weird. Towards the end too, like he grows wings. I think I don't remember. It's super bizarre. Whatever. And then Blade of the Immortals good too. Like I mean, if you like that shit, you like it. I mean, this is kind of another example of historical manga that I kind of enjoy, but like obviously it's a little supernatural, of course. And the art style is cool and really smooth and nice in some areas. I think if you're used to more like inked things, the scratchiness to it may not be to your liking, but everybody's got their own style and shit. And then I can't speak. Like I can't do all my mouth thing. Yeah. Anyways, this guy, famous dude. I need to drink some water. Shit. But yeah, like, these are all really cool. These are all good. I think. I don't know. I've read like a little bit of Monster on here. That's good. I've never heard anybody talk about Master Keaton, so I don't know if that's good. And then 20th Century Boys, I hear is really good. And then I don't hear much about 21st Century Boys, but maybe that one's also pretty good. And then Kaiji's considered, like, I don't know, kind of a classic in a way. Like, this guy does really cool stuff. He also wrote another series that I really like, but I can't remember specifically what it's called. And it might actually not be this dude, but their art styles look kind of similar, so it might actually be him. Okay, and then, other than, like, yeah, so... I guess I'll just talk about these ones too. So I got Vampire Hunter D because that one's really good. I haven't read too much of the Monogatari, whatever you call them, the fucking series. Primarily because well, no, I mean I've read them, but like I don't think I've gotten far enough in the series of books to classify it as good. Because I think after the first three, especially after the third one, they say it gets a bit better, and there's some other ones that get better. And then I think the ones after, like, what would you call it, part one, I guess? Like the initial books for part two, I hear were pretty good too, like really good. And then Katanagatari is really splendid, all honesty. It's like, it's kind of too good for its own good. Like, I don't really remember how, it's just solid, like shit. If you can read this, you can like read it, because you can't really watch the anime unless you do it illegally. But like, this isn't illegal. You can buy this, and all honesty, there's cool notes in it. You get to see the artwork and stuff, and I still think it's just as impactful as watching it on watching the anime or whatever. So I don't know, but it's really good. Gosh, I wanted to finish collecting it, but I just never got around to it. I think it's only 4 volumes, so it's pretty short series, especially because it's a light novel. But yeah, so then there's 1Q84, which, don't be startled, okay, if you haven't heard of this book before, because don't worry, it's not one giant book, okay? This, and it's like, I believe 6. I'm sorry, I put you down for a second. It's gosh. Oh, actually, it's not as long as I thought. It's kind of roughly like 1,200 pages, so it's not too bad. I say that's not too bad. It's fucking 1,200 pages. But you just gotta be aware that it's like 3 books in one, so it's actually not that terrible. All honesty, if you just want to read each book as it is. Um, I don't really know how conclusive each book is, so maybe it won't be that good if you just try to do it that way. So maybe you would have to just read it all the way through, like a regular novel, which I don't know, because I barely got through it. I think I'm going on page 20 at most, I think. And then these ones I remember reading, uh, oh gosh, damn, I used to be able to pronounce shit like this. I can't pronounce like accommodator, accommodator. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. God, my head hurts. Okay, anyways, these are anthologies. This is, oh yeah, this is Kafka on the Shore, right? Yeah. This one's pretty good, but I can't really remember much about it. I read it a while ago. Like maybe freshman year, somewhere around there. And then this one's also really good, but it's not rated as highly as the other ones for some reason. Like people, I don't think like, I mean, I see on Goodreads or like his best works, and this usually isn't very high, I think. For the most part, it's kind of like okay, which I don't know, I like it a lot. Like, I really liked it. For the beginning at least. I don't know how it ends, but I like it. I really enjoyed it. It was something I really enjoyed reading in high school, so it was something yeah, I don't know, it was just good to me. But maybe to others that are more cultured, I guess, it's not as good. I don't know. And then this is my tiny Osamu Dazai collection. I mean, I mentioned this last time. Uh, I've only finished No Longer Human. I haven't gotten to The Setting Sun yet. Well, I got into it, but I haven't read it fully. And these 2 tiny stories, I have not finished or read at all. Though, granted, I could probably get them done in like 5 minutes. And again, I said those are dictionaries. Oh, The Tane is also really good. If you're like really into that stuff, I don't know, Arthurian legend or European legends in general, so like your good old Beowulf and stuff. Beowulf's European, right? Yeah, he is. God, I mean, I remember I read it in high school, so I don't know. I should remember. But now The Tane is good. Actually, I wish we read the at least the parts of The Tane in high school. I thought The Tane is so good. Oh my God, Tane's awesome. Like it's just yeah, I really like The Tane. It's just cool. Uh, but yeah. And then Tolkien is Tolkien. You know, he's a he guy. Narnia's like, I mean, you just gotta grow up with this shit. Like, I went to a Christian Montessori school, and the one teacher was like, "Yep, this has a lot of Christian values and views in it." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought it was like a giant lion, and like they kill people, you know, and they eat weird jelly things that I don't know what the hell they are, but." Everybody seems to like them in the first book, at least, and the Witch Queen or whatever she is. It's like wow, gives them like a bunch of British stuff that I don't understand. But you know, that's just what it is, I guess. I've not read The Great Hunt, of course, obviously. And then those are Mistborn and The Way of the King, or what? The Way of Kings, The Way of Kings. Yeah, okay, shit. I put a the in there, an extra one. And then there's Dune. I'll talk about all of those. Oh, and Moby Dick. The Penguin editions for old literature like those are really good, or these nice felt ones. Um, this one's also done. Shit. This one's also done really well. Frankenstein volume. It's actually very nice. It's very good actually. But these ones are also very good too. They're good too. I'm not talking purely on the story, but like just how they're made, like the publication that made them. But I'll talk about the Wheel of Time for a second, because I don't know, I didn't remember. I'm getting through it. I'm like halfway there. Am I halfway there? I don't know. But I hear once I get to good points into the Great Hunt, and then like I don't know what comes after. Like what is it? The Dragon Reborn? I think it's what the third book's called. And then after that, it just goes really good, right? Like it's fourth through the rest. So that's that. Um, but hey, yeah, I'm kind of excited for it. Mistborn, I just hit like a big chunk of explainy stuff for a while, and I was just like, you know, uh, and I kind of just didn't want to continue reading for a second because I was just like, man, I don't know how long this is gonna last. Like I don't know if I want to keep reading this. Uh, and then The Way of Kings was also really good, but I kind of got short-sighted on it and never really got to finish it or finish it. You know, I only got to start it a little bit, but actually I thought the beginning was really cool. I think the prologue in this one's like really good. As a book, I think this already starts out better than this one, but there are elements that just irk me a lot. I think this one's way worse when it comes to um, exposition and things like that. Even though I haven't read a whole lot of it, I've read the beginning portions, and I just feel like I don't know. I don't feel like I know he's trying because what's his reasoning for like simpler prose and uh, more elaborate explaining of the scientific facts or rules, I should say, to abilities. Like I don't feel like they need to be repetitively told to me or like tell me every single way you can do them. I would just like to see it like happen in a way. And I don't enjoy his action scenes either because he doesn't describe like the halls very well or like the buildings. And I know I'm supposed to use my imagination, but some context would be useful. I know I'm complaining about a lot in the beginning portions, but that's just like I'm a bit of contrarian, so I have like a little negativity on Brandon Sanderson. So I expect more from him, especially considering everybody's like he's the next Robert Jordan, next Tolkien. I mean, he's making a whole book multiverse, which has been done before, so it's not the first guy to do it. But yeah, he's probably the most popular guy to do it, I would assume, at least nowadays. So I just expect him to be a better writer. And I think he just writes way too many books. Like I get that this wasn't really around the time. I don't think he releases around the time that he's been chucking out a ton of new books. But like from what I've heard from newer people, some of them, other than like Tess or Tress, whatever her name, I think it's Tess in the Emerald Sea. I think that's the newest one, or like one of the special ones he did for like his 3 secret book thing. I hear that one's really good, but then a lot of other books that are coming out are just a little like I said earlier, like the 4th book in the series, I heard some people didn't really like it too much. Like Stormlight Archive is no, that's what this is called. I don't remember what the 4th book is called, right? Because it's the 4th book that got. Is it Rhythm of War? Shit, I don't remember. Um, I remember seeing the signed copy too in the store, and I was like, man, I kind of want to buy this, but I kind of held back because I was like, you know, it don't really matter. As long as I can read the thing in the future, it's fine. So yeah, I don't hate it. Maybe he will improve throughout this book, or maybe he'll just, I don't know. I just hope from what I've heard, there's a lot of POVs. So I really do want to see a bit more character stuff because I think he does do character stuff really well in Mistborn. I think it's a little blunt, all honesty. Or maybe I'm just a guy that writes way too subtly and bizarrely, and maybe that's the reason why he writes a little more stunted in a way because I think his not I shouldn't say excuse, but like reasoning for it is to get people who don't normally read more comfortable reading his books. But that also leaves out a certain target of his audience, which I think he's mentioned before on things. So it's kind of whatever. I think he needs to strike a similar balance of things. And also know that, yeah, I mean, some people do struggle with imagination and reading and stuff. But, you know, sometimes it's just better to just be like, I don't know. The way he writes is just it's just a bit wordy in a way, I guess. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. But wordy not in like the fun, flowery way. I don't know if that's the best way to explain it, but that's kind of my feelings on it. Though obviously I've not read a lot of it, and same with Mistborn. So my opinions on it are pretty dull. They have like barely any weight to them. Dune also doesn't have a lot of weight. I remember finishing it actually. I did finish it a while ago, um, and I remember going to the movie when right around that time I finished it. I think. So it's a little fresh in my mind, a bit fresh, but my memory is shoddy for the most part. But this is really good. Good, yeah, it's good. I heard the other ones are good too, except the ones that are written by his sons. I hear those are bad. But I hear the sequel to this one is like 3 times, a bajillion times better than this one. I don't know. I feel like Dune itself should just be its thing, and I guess if I was really interested in more of the world, I guess I would go for the next few. But I don't know. I feel like this is solid as a standalone for what it is. And then there's Moby Dick. If you're not in school, I don't recommend reading Moby Dick. I think the themes and concepts of the story are interesting and cool. The problem is it's the execution of how it's delivered. There's a reason why people have a negativity towards Moby Dick, because the whole story is pretty much fish facts, or I should say, what, whale facts, and like boat facts. And I get that it's put in a different way, but there's not really a story. Like, I don't think they ever like there's no like connective plot, and I can't remember too many, if there's even that many characters at all. Like, I read it a while back, but aren't there like only 2 guys in Moby Dick? Yeah, like there's like that, the captain dude or whatever, and then Ishmael or something like that. Um, and I know the phrase "I am Ishmael" or something along those lines. I think is pretty famous. Um, but I don't know. It's like if you read a lot and you're fine with that type of stuff. Like I didn't have anything else to read, so I was able to get through this because I also do really enjoy fish facts. I'm just saying, I should say whale facts. I do find all those things cool. I don't find it very cool when he talks about like boat facts or like harpoon facts or things like that. I don't care about that shit. I care about the animal. But those are cool. But yeah, uh, like some people may not really be all up about that. I could be exaggerating it a bit, maybe. I can't. Oh, gosh, but man, I don't even remember how this ended. Shit. Cause I read it. God, when did I get this book out? Cause I got this as a gift, so on my birthday, and it was a while ago. I don't remember when I asked. But anyway, there's Irish fairy tales, and then there's like Arthur, I've mentioned in the past. Those are all really cool. And there's a bunch of philosophy, Jude the Obscure. So after this point, it's not really all that important. I've given like most of my thoughts on most of this stuff. It's pretty alright. Shit. Oh my god, it's an hour and 8 minutes. Oh, damn. Okay. I didn't realize I was just talking for so damn long. Good god. Yeah, I gotta go eat food. Shit, I'm hungry. God damn.